reasons why people do not cheat in relationships. When it comes to relationships, the internet era seems to have made us all a little bit more cynical. Click around enough and you'll find plenty of articles and videos with headlines such as why people cheat, how to tell if your partner is cheating, what to do when you catch a cheater, and so on. I mean, it's depressing. Is infidelity really such a common problem that it's all anyone ever seems to want to talk about? Where are all the trending lists for all the reasons someone might choose not to cheat in a relationship? Well, hopeless romantics rejoice, because today the writers at Bestie are here to prove that romance isn't dead. We're going to talk about all the reasons why people might stay loyal to their partners. Before we start, show your unwavering commitment to Bestie by clicking subscribe and ringing the notification bell. We promise to always stay true to you by providing your feed with new videos and daily content. So, why is it that people talk so much about infidelity and cheating? Well, unfortunately, the ugly truth is that it could be because cheating in relationships is more common than we would probably like to admit. According to Mark Travers of Psychology Today, at least one study reported that 70% of all relationships in the United States experience cheating. Evolutionary psychologists put a slightly more generous number on those statistics, stating that in other studies, the number of North American couples that suffer from cheating can be anywhere from 11 to 69%. Which, sure, that's technically a lower amount, but still, yikes. Sorry to say, hopeless romantics, but it's already starting to look like the odds of a happy ending are stacked against us. But that's no reason to get discouraged just yet. If there are apparently so many reasons that can motivate someone to become a cheater, then what are the reasons that someone might make a conscious choice to remain faithful as well? How come nobody ever wants to talk about those? If you've ever pondered these questions, you're not alone. Menelaos Apostolou and Rafaela Panayotou, two researchers from the University of Nicosia in Cyprus, Greece, decided it was time to join forces and look into the reasons why people stay true to their partners, publishing their results in the journal Personality and Individual Differences. As a part of their study, Apostolou and Panayotou interviewed 40 male and female participants, asking them why they thought someone might choose not to cheat in a relationship. When this phase of the interview was complete, the researchers were left with a total of 47 different answers people gave as potential reasons to stay faithful to your partner, not counting similar or duplicate answers. From there, the researchers amassed nearly 600 entirely new participants and asked them to rank the answers the previous group had provided based on how likely each of these reasons would deter them personally from cheating on their partner. From the completion of this second phase in the research, Apostolou and Panayotou were able to whittle down the first group's 47 answers into 8 major overarching reasons that a person might decide to stay faithful to their partner in a relationship. And now, at last, we here at Bestie can say with certainty that these are the scientifically backed top 8 reasons why people make a conscious decision not to cheat. Number 1. Being satisfied with your relationship. That's right. Sometimes true love really does conquer all. For people who are in a happy, committed relationship based on love, trust, and mutual respect, cheating isn't even something that would seriously come across their minds. Someone with that kind of emotional investment in a relationship obviously would not want to potentially destroy it by cheating on their partner. And so instead they adopt the tried and true mentality of if it's not broken, don't fix it. See, hopeless romantics? We told you not to get discouraged. There's plenty of room for love in this cynical little world of ours. Number 2, feelings of guilt. Perhaps not quite as idealistic as the previous answer, another reason people said they would never consider cheating on their partner is because of the feelings of guilt and shame that would accompany the act. Even if the temptation towards infidelity is there, people who are still firmly tethered to their moral compass will resist the urge, knowing that whatever short-term enjoyment comes out of an affair will be outweighed by the guilt that comes after. Like the talking cricket says, always let your conscience be your guide. Number 3, if I cheat, so will they. The third most common reason people said they would opt out of cheating is because of the fear of retaliatory infidelity. In other words, they fear that if their partner caught them cheating, they would retaliate by cheating on them as well, which seems like a valid enough response. Turnabout's fair play after all, but it's still maybe a bit cynical of a reason to stay true to your romantic partner. I guess what goes around comes around. Number 4, lack of provocation. This one might be a bit surprising. Many of the participants in this two-phase study claim that they would not cheat on their partner because, in their own words, nothing has happened yet that would provoke them to cheat. The people who contributed to this answer said either their partner hadn't done anything that would give them the cause to start an affair, or they simply hadn't experienced the temptation for one. I mean, not that we should feel the need to congratulate anyone for not cheating on their spouse yet, but hey, at least they're honest. Number 5, fear of their partner's reaction. Are you really sorry for cheating? Or are you only sorry you got caught cheating? This one's pretty much self-explanatory. Participants said they would never cheat because they were afraid of how their partner would react. If their fear was hurting their partner's feelings, it's understandable. If it's because they were afraid of what their partner would do in response to them finding out, that might be a sign that the relationship in question was already toxic to begin with. In that case, it might be time to seek out some outside professional help. Number 6, public shame. Do you really want to be that person in your community who's known as a cheater? Most likely not. Participants who chose this answer said they wouldn't cheat on their partner because of the public shame that would follow if they were exposed. After all, nobody wants to be a scarlet letter. Number 7, fear of trouble. Every action has a consequence, and cheating is no exception. Cheating on a partner in a relationship can lead to all kinds of potential complications. Blackmail, disease, or even just the embarrassment of having to confess what you've done to family and friends are all the reasons that might discourage someone from starting an affair. So, go ahead and ask yourself, is it really worth it? Number 8, social stigma. The 8th and lowest ranking reason people said they would choose not to cheat on a partner is out of fear of the social stigma attached to infidelity. As much as society seems to love a scandal on the whole, we appear to be very anti-adultery in general. You can see it in our books, magazines, websites, movies, and perhaps most prominently, our popular country western songs. On at least a baseline level, we all know that cheating is considered morally wrong, and sometimes that's enough to encourage us to stay faithful to our partners. Going through this list of reasons, I'm sure it wasn't hard to spot a few patterns that were at play here. As Burris points out, the lower on the list you go, the more you start to see people's reasoning to staying loyal being based on the potential reactions and responses of others. Apostolou and Panayotou also make mention of the fact that people might not always be consciously aware of the reasons why they may or may not cheat, and as a result, this still means that their research findings might not be entirely accurate in terms of psychology. Still, at the very least, it gives us an idea of how people perceive cheating, and the reason they might give for themselves as to why they choose to avoid it. So, what can we take away from all of this? Well, if there's anything that bears repeating, it's this. The number one reason that people choose to stay faithful in a relationship is, surprise, surprise, they're actually happy to be with the person they're with. What a shocker. Relationships that are happy and healthy, in which everyone involved feels loved and cared for, are less likely to be subjected to cheating because, well, why would they? Maybe these so-called hopeless romantics aren't quite so hopeless after all. What did you think of this video? Was it helpful, informative, or entertaining? Be sure to let us know by leaving a comment below and help keep this conversation going. If you have any relationship cynics in your life, be sure to share this video with them as well. It might just help them gain a new perspective. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.